This video outlines the steps for creating a patient list within PowerChart. The steps will show how to set up a dynamic list for an inpatient ward. A dynamic list is simply a list that automatically updates as patients are admitted to, transferred or discharged from the ward. You can create patient lists with different criteria, and we'll touch upon how you can do that during this video. For the purposes of this video, we'll be completing these steps using Doctor's Work List. However, the steps for creating a patient list from Therapist View or from Care Compass are very similar. So after logging into PowerChart and navigating to your work list view, we need to navigate to List Maintenance. In Doctor's Work List, this is found by clicking on the downwards arrow next to List, and then we would navigate to Patient List, and we have the List Maintenance here. In Care Compass, the icon is slightly different and is shown on the screen now. Clicking on List Maintenance then opens the Modify Patient Lists. As you can see, we don't have any lists based on this account here, so we need to create one. So click on New. And as we're creating an inpatient ward list, that is a location list type. So we will click on Location and then click Next. We then need to drill down to narrow down the location that we're using. And first of all, we need to select the appropriate site. So next to the location folder, click on the plus icon, and you can see that we have a number of different sites that we can use. We will be using an inpatient ward from University Hospital Coventry, so again we'll click on the plus icon, and you can see that the hospital has been kind of broken down into different buildings just for ease of navigation. We are going to create a list for Ward 10, which will be in the main building, so we then click on the plus icon, and we can see that we have all the departments, units and wards that we can select. So scroll down to find the ward that you're looking for. So here we have Ward 10, and we have the option here to click the plus icon, and you can see that we can drill down our list even further if we wanted just to see certain patients for a bay, or even by clicking on this plus icon here, we can do it by bed as well. I want to see the whole of Ward 10, so I'm going to click the checkbox for Ward 10 so I can see all the patients on the ward. Now we want to look at the filter criteria for our patient list. So we've selected the ward, and now we want to look at the encounter types. So click on Encounter Types, and we want to see inpatients. We then also want to only see currently admitted patients. We don't want to see any patients that have been discharged. So we click on Discharge, and then we can select what kind of patients we want to see. So we only want to see patients that have not been discharged, so we would click on the radio button here. If there were any specific criteria that you wanted to create for your patient list, this is where you would do it. Once we have selected the filter criteria that we want for our list, we would click Finish. We now have Ward 10 as an available list. We need to make it an active list so that we can access that list. So select the list from the available list by clicking on it. That activates the Add button. Click Add, and that moves the list into the active list. Click OK and refresh your screen, and you will see when we hit the drop down and go to Patient List, our ward is there. Click on the list, and you can see that our patient list now displays.